Welcome back to Everyday Philosophy, where we explore the ideas that shape our daily lives. I'm Gellian.
And I'm Gerwil. Today, we're diving into a topic that might not get as much attention as it deserves: the philosophy of home economics.
Right, home economics is not just about cooking or budgeting, it's also a lens through which we can understand values, relationships, and even societal structures.
Exactly. So, let's start with the basic question: what do we mean by home economics?
Traditionally, it involves the management of household resources like money, time, and skills, but it also encompasses broader themes like sustainability, health, and community. In essence, it's about making informed, intentional choices in everyday life.
That's a good point. Many people associate home economics with the domestic sphere, but it's really about making choices that affect our well-being, our environment, and even how we participate in the society.
And that brings us to the philosophical aspect. Home economics encourages critical thinking about our daily lives. How do our choices impact not just ourselves but our families and our communities and the world at large?
Absolutely. For instance, think about meal planning. It's not just about saving money, it's about nutrition, cultural practices, and even environmental sustainability.
Yes, and it touches on ethical considerations too. Choosing local produce over processed foods, for example, can support local economies, reduce our carbon footprint, and promote healthier diets.
So, there's a moral dimension to these everyday decisions. It's about aligning our actions with our values, making choices that reflect not just what's convenient, but what we believe is right.
And this ties into the concept of care. Home economics is not just about managing resources, it's about fostering relationships and care within the household. It's about creating a nurturing environment, both physically and emotionally.
Definitely, the care economy, how we value caregiving roles, plays a huge part in this. Historically, these roles have been undervalued and often relegated to the private sphere, viewed as less important than economic or political work.
Exactly. But philosophy behind home economics challenges that notion. It elevates the importance of these tasks and recognizes them as foundational to the functioning of society. After all, the economy wouldn't function without caregiving roles that sustain people.
That brings up another important point. Home economics isn't just for women, it's a discipline that should be valued by all genders. Because everyone is involved in these daily activities, whether they realize it or not.
That's so true. It's about shared responsibility. For too long, household management and caregiving have seen as women's work. But these roles need to be redefined as crucial for everyone's well being.
Exactly. In today's world, we're seeing a shift in how we value these roles, but we still have a long way to go. Recognizing the philosophical depth of home economics can help accelerate that shift.
Let's also talk about education. How do you think home economics about should be integrated into modern curriculums?
I think it should be more holistic rather than just teaching skills like cooking or sewing. We should explore the philosophical implications of the choices we make. It's not enough to know how to do things, we need to understand why we do them.
That's a great point. Imagine a home economics class where students not only learn about budgeting but also discuss societal impacts of consumerism, the importance of ethical spending, and the consequences of our choices on a global scale.
Exactly. It would empower the next generation to make conscious decisions that reflect their values. They learn to think critically about the products they buy, the food they consume, and the energy they use.
And this would encourage a more sustainable lifestyle. If we can instill these values early, we can foster a mindset that prioritizes both personal and planetary well being.
Right. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of our actions. The choices we make in our homes ripple out to affect the larger community, the economy, and even the planet.
And speaking of interconnectedness, let's not forget about the global aspect of home economics. Many of the products we use daily are part of global supply chains, and our decisions can impact workers and communities halfway around the world.
Yes, that's why ethical consumption is such a crucial part of the discussion. By choosing fair trade or sustainable produced goods, we can support better working conditions and reduce environmental harm.
It's about making choices that aligns with a philosophy of care and responsibility towards ourselves, our families, our communities, and even people we've never met.
Absolutely. The philosophy of home economics teaches us that the personal is political. Our everyday actions, no matter how small they seem, have broader social, economic, and environmental impact.
And that's why home economics is so much more than just cooking or cleaning. It's about living intentionally, making decisions that reflect our values, and understanding the larger systems that influence our lives.
Well said. I hope today's discussion has shed some light on the deeper meaning behind home economics and how it shapes not just our homes, but society as a whole.
Thanks for tuning Everyday Philosophy. We will see you next time as we explore more about ideas that influence how we live our lives. Take care.